Welcome everybody. We got a great match set up here for you today. We've got our Horde Heroes and Hydra Silver teams getting ready to take on teams from across the country. Should be a great match today. We got a few players playing remotely, trying to get them onboarded, but some teams might just have to play with a third while we try to get this remote player on. That is for the Horde. Currently for the Horde, let me swap the team names over here. All right, so for the Horde, we have Teal Penguin, for the Horde, we have Boy of the Deep, Cooper, Matt Masterkey. We're having somebody play for him, and Drippy22 is playing remotely, but we're having trouble bringing him into the match. So we'll get that set up here in just a second. Hopefully we can get him into this match here pretty soon. So we'll get that set up. Let's swap over to our our heroes here. Our heroes is made up of, let me get the name set up. Sorry, it's always a bit of a scramble trying to get things set up between the silver matches and the gold matches, which just happened. So our heroes, go ahead and transition that for our heroes back to silver names. All right, so our heroes is made up of Flexed, Overclocked, Potato Dog, and Shoddy. Unfortunately, Overclocked and Potato Dog can't be here, but Shoddy had a couple siblings or cousins that could come in and help out. And then switching over to our Hydra. Let's swap over to our Hydra here. So our Hydra is made up of Teal Penguin, Lemon Sniper, Little Dog, and STH Lord. So we should be dropping here in just a minute while we get these teams all ready to go. Just need to dial in the stream here and get this thing rocking. So just stick with us. Hopefully another minute or two, we'll be dropping the boys in for their first round. It's a best of 2 drops. So they'll drop once, they'll drop a second time. Whichever round they get the most points is the scores they carry forward. All our teams have done great so far. A lot of high round scores so far for all our teams. I think all 3 of our teams are top 10 in the country right now. It's a really good showing for our silver teams. So let's take a quick break, and we'll drop in here after this quick break.
I'm the coach for XP League, and I'm looking forward to having an impact on these kids' lives. I've been playing video games competitively since 9th grade. I'm now 21 years old, and I've never really got to be a part of a team.
Today you guys are here for tryouts. Now you might be feeling nervous, but don't worry. Everybody makes a team. Tryouts is not about picking you out if you're not good at the game. The only thing this is about measuring where you are at right now, so we can focus on how we can help you improve throughout the season.
Esports promotes cognition in the sense that there's multiple ways to win a game. There's not one set way that you can win a match. The meta in Overwatch, it varies. It depends on the game. The games change all the time, and every game is different. It has its own special, unique characteristics.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keep your hands straight. Keep your hands straight.
For our practices, we aren't focused necessarily on who we're playing against, just how we can adapt.
All right, we are back. Thanks for sticking with us. We are drilling our first drop here. This is the Horde dropping in. So the Horde is made up of Boy of the Deep. He's PC2, top left. Top right, we got Cooper. And bottom left, we have somebody subbing in for Matt Masterkey. And then bottom right, we got Drippy22. We're trying to pull him in remotely, but are having a little bit of challenges as he plays from home today. Let's swap over to our heroes. Here's our heroes. So there you can see top left, we got PC4 Flex. Top right, we got Overclocked. Bottom left, we got PC6 Potato. And bottom right, Shoddy. It's just Flex and Shoddy, Overclocked and Potato. We got a couple subs playing in for them today as they are attending a wedding. So it looks like they landed in a pretty safe zone at this point. Let's transition over to our Hydra. All right, so here's our Hydra. Looks like they have a bead on a player. You can see in the top right there. That's Lemon Sniper. Looks like he's got a bead on an opposing player. Bottom left there, PC12. That's Little Dogs pushing in on one of the opposing teams.
Help me, please. Help me, please. No.
You can hear some comms coming across there. Somebody's getting some action.
I gotta run. Bro, come with me. I'm very low.
All right, so that is our Hydra. All right, so let's switch back to our heroes, see if they're getting any contact. I hear some shots being fired. Looks like they had a good elimination there. PC4, Flex, looks like he had an elimination early in this round. Looks like they did take some damage. PC5 took some damage, but he's getting healed up and his Chug Jug back in him to top himself off. Chase Shoddy in the bottom right for our heroes. He was a one-man destroying machine last week. He had to drop in all by himself, but fortunately he's got a full squad this week ready to go into battle. All right, let's swap over to our Horde here. All right, so here's our Horde. Oh, no, they were eliminated. Looks like they ran into some heavy team from Ottawa, looks like, and they were eliminated. 23rd place. They were just a team of 3. We'll see if we can get Drippy 2022 pulled in. So they can be a full squad coming in, but sometimes it doesn't take long to get eliminated like that. So let's swap back over to our heroes. Let's see how they're making out. It's just the first drop, so they get a whole nother drop. I try to put things together. I'm sure they're already strategizing, talking about their next LZ in preparation for the next battle. Here's our heroes. They're again, looks like they were in a battle early on, but managed to take out the opposing squad. Let's check on our Hydra.
Yeah.
Here's our Hydra. Still a full squad at this point.
Plus it's in the middle of the circle. And then just leave them
All
alone.
right, so there you see the team. This is the Hydra working their way across this river
Remember,
here.
let's stay together.
Gotta watch out for that shark. Sharks can sneak up on you and do
Yeah,
some
go back,
significant
go back.
damage. So again, Teal Penguin top left, PC8, Lemon Sniper top right, bottom left is Little Dog, PC12, bottom right is STH Lord. All right, let's check back up on our heroes. Here's our heroes. Again, still full squad here as they push in together. So both teams making it pretty deep into this round. That's a good sign for the first round. I heard some firing here from the Hydra. Let's see how they're making out. They got some heavy fires coming across. They're pushing as a squad here. Trading fires with this player. They should be able to chase him down. He did some damage though. That a 1v4 action. But they did manage to clear him out. Again, another point on the board for the Hydra. So good job there. Good teamwork.
Dude, I need to adjust my settings.
Right,
I need
so
to right now.
that is our Hydra. Done a good job collecting some points and moving the way across the map. Let's swap over the heroes here. Back over the heroes. Doesn't look like too much action. Again, if you're just tuning in, our Horde was eliminated. But they'll get another shot, another drop in here just shortly. Again, we'll talk them up and give them some good strategy on good LZs and where to drop and what works best. Let's swap back over to Hydra. Looks like they got some action going on there. Like they're moving in on maybe another squad here towards this crashed alien ship around Lazy Lake Island. There they go. You can see PC8's moving in behind an opposing player. Does get a nice crack as he moves in and down and around. The rest of his team's coming around the corner there right behind him. So this Hydra team is moving really well together. I like the movement as they take out that opposing player. So good job, Hydra. Another elimination. Swap back over to our heroes. They look like they got something going on. You can see they're taking on a team from the high ground. Taking on a team from the high ground from the low ground is pretty dangerous. But they're still pretty far away at this point. They are still a full squad, so let's see if they can make their way to the natural high ground here. Looks like they're trying to rotate, which is probably pretty smart. Got PC4 Flex in a battle on the top left, does manage to take out one of the opposing players there, so good job as the rest of the heroes push in. They got some shots lined up as they climb into that vehicle. They blow up that vehicle. It does significant damage to the opposing player. Just raining fires on him as he's chasing him down. He does manage to tarp up as his squad pushes in on him. A couple good eliminations there by PC6. Somebody's playing for Potato there. That's going to be good for them. Get a couple more points on the board. See Flex there. He's chasing down Flex in the top left. Managed to get the elimination there. So really good job. The team's got to be careful. They got a bunch of fire there, but they did manage to take out that squad. Let's swap back over to our Hydra, see how they're making out. All right, so the Hydra here pushing across the plan pretty much moving down this river, taking advantage of the mobility, being able to swim pretty quickly down that river and down that map, moving into this town. It looks like PC-13, STH Lord got a little bit separated from the team, but looks like he's working his way back. The rest of the team looks pretty tight together. So that's one thing we preach, is definitely stay together. You can't help each other out. You can't heal each other if you're not together. All right, so following the heroes here, it looks like PC4 got stuck in the storm here. So again, looks like they might have got a little bit separated. Flex, but he's in a truck. He should be able to work his way out of the storm here in the truck as he drives past his teammates. Should have maybe picked up his teammates on the way out of the storm as they all try to make their way out. Based on how close they are at this point, looks like they all should be able to make it out of the storm and be okay. So you definitely got to be cognizant of that storm as you're moving. Let's swap back over to our Hydra, see how they're making out here. Again, still 2 full squads as the Hydra stop their truck here to top it off with fuel and get ready to go. So both the Heroes and Hydra teams are looking really good going deep into this map. Exploring this map, collecting up mats and materials, weapons. You can see PC6, that's the player playing for Potato, doing some scoping. PC4 is Flex in the top left, Shoddy's in the bottom right, shooting up that chicken. You get some meat that provides some good heals there, good shields. Moving their way, it looks like that, again, those purple ravens can provide nice purple weapons as well as food too that provides good healing as well. So it looks like the heroes are healing up. Let's head back over to Hydra as they stay in this town. Usually this town is a pretty contested area, but looks like it's pretty clear at this point. The storm still has a ways to go to close in. A little hard to see how many players are left, maybe 28 at this point. So still a decent number of players left in the map as they try to right side this truck. It got stuck up on that fence so they can get out of there. They managed to hit one of their players there. Looks like they're all going to get loaded up here and pushed to the next zone of the map. Let's swap over to Heroes, see if they've managed to encounter anything. Looks like at this point they're just collecting the fish, getting their shields and health back up. Doing some hunting, getting some boars, some food, some heals, some shields. Swap back over here to the Hydra. Now this is one of those things where if the team all hits this I forget what it's called, but this diamond looking thing, they all get special powers based off of it. So they're going to tarp up around and it's going to give them additional capabilities once they kind of all hit it and activate it. So you can see those little strike points show up, and as each team hits the strike point, it eventually cracks it and then they get those added capabilities. See all that's open with that chest. Nice purple tack there, looks like. Cross-leveling their resources. Everybody can hear them talking in there about what they want. Looks like they're going to get ready to pull out here. So good job by our Hydra using those. Sometimes those things can be distractions, but in that case, looks like they got a pretty good haul from that chest. So sometimes that pays off. All right, following back our heroes. Again, our Horde, unfortunately, were eliminated a little bit early, but I'm sure they're packing up. Hopefully they can get Drippy 22 pulled in since they have some downtime here. Hopefully they can get pulled in so they can be a full foursome. Really does make a difference. It wouldn't seem like it'd make too much of a difference, but losing 25% of your firepower, of your heals, of your support makes a big difference for a squad. Alright, so it looks like we got some long-range fires. PC5, overclocked. Player subbing in for him. Long-range fires coming in from PC6. See Shoddy at the bottom. He's lining up some shots. PC4 Flex taking some shots. Somebody's got that flying up over his head. They're going to tarp up on the far side. Looks like the whole squad's going to push up on them, but they're being pushed in too. So heavy fires, good knock there by PC6. They're going to push in on this squad here. So heavy fires on both sides. Squad still full standing. Nice knock there by PC5. And the elimination. Another knock there by Flex. In the top left, they're going to finish him off and get another elimination. So good job. Still one player from that opposing squad standing. PC6 is getting some good quality shots on him. Let's see if Flex can drop down and finish him. He does. And that's going to let the Heroes stack up another squad. Another 4 eliminations there. So good job, Heroes. Let's swap back over to the Hydra. See what they got going on. Looks like they're tarping up pretty quick. Does look like they had a couple players knocked. Oh, it looks like they got a third player knocked there. Oh, and that might be, we only have PC13 at this point left in the flight. That's STH Lord. The other 3 players got knocked. STH Lord's going to heal up. Looks like he might use that blast pad to get himself out of there, break contact so he can get better eyes on the opposing team. He does a good job lining up some shots. If he's able to clutch this and take out that squad, he can get those reboot cards and get his team back in the fight. So let's see how that works out. Trying to line up those long-range shots. Another nice long-range hit of the opposing team. Keeps repositioning himself. He's done a good job. Harping himself up there. He's being pushed in on heavy here. Looks like that squad is pushing hard. Oh, and 7th place. So good job. Good job by our Hydra there to stay in the fight as long as they could. And they did manage to get some good points and a decent 7th place finish. We'll take that every time. So switching back to our Heroes here. Last remaining squad still in the fight of this first drop. Again, we still get a second drop, so no worries there. We get them all in this second fight and get some more points on the board for these Hanover teams. Nice elimination there by Flex as he pushes in. The rest of his team's coming hovering down. Dropping in on top of them. You can see they got some hogs bearing in on them. They push in on this other squad. Use the boat to drop down there. They should be able to rain some fires and get some, maybe get an elimination on them. Good job by PC6 to put some accurate fires down, take them down from long range. They're going to drop down and scoop up some of those weapons. Looks like he had some stuff that he wanted. So good job by the Heroes. Looks like there's just 12 players remaining on the map. So maybe 2 other squad or a few other parts and pieces of a couple other squads. There you see some fires coming in pretty long range as this team blasts in on them. Tarping up. They're doing a good job tarping up. They do have that player that kind of got stuck down below chasing those weapons separated from the squad. Staying together is really critical. So here you see PC5 got knocked. His teammates are going to throw him down the hill to try to get him survived. You can see we do have a player down there at this point that can heal him up and get him back in the fight. So good technique there to help get him back in the fight. You can see they're pushing heavy in on Flex as he's tarped up trying to get those heals in. But no sooner than he edits a wall up, they're trying to shoot it down. He needs to edit his way out of there and bounce, which he does nicely. Does get a nice crack on the opposing player, but he's just outnumbered. PC7's knocked at this point, so it's just PC5 and PC6 in the fight. They're going to push up. You got to be careful with those tall ramps. They do manage to blast off the top there since he has that symbiote. We'll see what PC5 does when he gets up to the top, but he is in serious danger of getting shot out. Fortunately, he makes his way over and off to the edge there. So we'll see if they can work their way back to get these reboot cards. You can see PC7's trying to crawl his way back up to where they're at. Maybe to get some heals and get him back in the fight. Does not look like they have the reboot cards at this point, though. And I'm not sure they're going to have time to get them. So, again, one more drop for all these teams. So if you're watching for the Horde and the Hydra, we'll get them back in the fight here in a second once this match finishes. Currently watching the Heroes late into this round. Looks like there's only 9 players remaining. With the 6 other players with the 2 remaining Horde members here, or Heroes members. So So it looks like PC6 did get knocked there, and he's going to be eliminated. So right now it's just PC5 and a third place finish for our heroes. So good job. Good try, heroes. GG's to our Hydra and our Horde and everybody for a good first round. Let's get suited up for this next fight, and we'll be right back after these messages. Stick with us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rip it. It doesn't matter at all.
Esports is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We're taking that and we're delivering it to elementary and middle school kids.
Yo, you guys are getting pretty wrecked by me.
Dead. All right, push up with me. Push up with me.
We're bridging the gap between conventional athletics and competitive gaming. We have kids working on the same technology that the pros are training to improve their skills.
When did you lose? When did you lose? Why did you lose? Like the games that you lost, why did you lose?
Through a partnership with the Positive Coaching Alliance, our coaches go through a double goal certification. They learn not only how to work through the strategies of the different games they're playing, but they also work through how to impact these kids' lives in a positive way. They get to mark and highlight behaviors and attributes that will lead to long-term life skills. You love being Battle Mercy.
Yes, battle.
No, it's not. Why don't you tell us your favorite move that Mercy does? So what brought me to XP League is the experience of my children. I had always hoped and wanted them to be a part of a youth athletics team. So I realized they all love competitive gaming. So why not marry their passion with what I'm hoping for them to learn and achieve, and put healthy, solid values in place in something that the kids want to do and are excited about doing.
Yes, Fruit
Experience points. Every game awards experience points. And what we built here is an experience. Professional level equipment, the top tier partners in esports. They're also getting the experience of sportsmanship values, of working with mentors and coaches, and of being part of the team. It's all about the experience.
I need you. Nice. Go. Group in now. Push in. We don't have to. Good game. Good.
All right, we are back. Welcome back for our second drop for our silver round 2 matches. Here you see the Horde. The Horde is a full squad again, so we did manage to get Drippy in finally, playing remotely. Sometimes a little tricky to get those remote kids in, get them up on Discord. It takes a few weeks for the kids to pick it up, but once they do, it's really neat to see how quickly they pick up the technology. PC2 in the top left is Boy of the Deep. PC3 in the top right is Cooper. PC10 is usually Matt Masterkey. We got a sub this week. And then bottom right, we got Drippy22. So should be a lot of fun to see how this plays out. The Horde had a little bit of an early exit, but again, they were only playing 3 or 4. So let's see how they do as they head into Pleasant Park. Let's transition over to our heroes. Here's our heroes. It's made up of Flex, PC4 at the top left, Overclocked and Potato in the top right and bottom left respectively are subs this week. And then in the bottom right we got Chase Shoddy. And then let's switch over to our Hydra here. So here is our Hydra. In the top left we got Teal Penguin. Oh, he immediately gets knocked. Looks like an early elimination there. They ran right into a team from Hudson, New York. Looks like PC 11 and 1 and 12 got eliminated. So Teal Penguin and Little Dog fell into a really hot drop and ran into a real big challenge. There you see PC 13, STH Lord did get engaged. Looks like Lemon Sniper did manage to knock one of the opposing players that was jumping up on that and getting that elimination. So that's going to help. You can see they're right here by the reboot van, so that's pretty beneficial. If they're able to clear the squad out, good job by PC13, STH Lord, to get that elimination. And since they're right here by this reboot van, they should be able to scoop up those cards and get those players, get Teal Penguin and Little Dog right back in the fight. So good job there. Let's transition back to our heroes. Here's our heroes. Doesn't look like they have too much going on. Still collecting mats and resources. Swap over to our Horde, see how they're making out. Looks like they're actively engaging someone. There you see PC3, who's Cooper, pushing in on somebody. They're cross-leveling some resource, giving some heals to their teammates. Looks like PC10 needs to get his heals up. There you see a vehicle pushing in. They're engaging these 2 vehicles. Looks like a squad or 2 maybe pushing in on them, driving vehicles at each other. Hard to tell who's who at this point, but a lot of fires going on. As long as they stay in the high ground, those vehicles can't do them too much damage. Good job blowing it up. That does good damage to the opposing team. PC10, oh, he gets knocked. PC2 gets knocked. He's getting shaken down. Just PC13 in the fight. He gets a nice knock. STH Lord, I'm sorry. PC3, that's Cooper, doing a good job, while PC2, Boy of the Deep, and Master Key Substitute both get taken out. But we do have Drippy22 there, did manage to rescue one of the opposing players and get, looks like rescued Master Key Substitute, drug him over to Pavilion. See if they can get him healed up, see if he can clutch this elimination. It's a good job lining up his shots. Oh, but he gets knocked. So right now it's just PC3, Cooper left in the fight. He's going to drop in. Nice elimination, dropping behind that player in the Pavilion. He should be able to scoop up all these reboot cards and hopefully get them rebooted. So that was a pretty hectic scene with a lot of players coming out of a lot of different places. But he should be able to get them back in the fight. Good job to Cooper. Let's swap over to the heroes. Let's see how they're making out. It's like they're heading into the sideways. The sideways is a really dangerous place to be. A lot of NPCs in there that can take you out with not a whole lot of benefits from it a lot of times. So let's swap over to our Hydra here. Hydra's actively in a fight here. They managed to, I think, reboot most of their team, but again, they're under heavy fire. STH Lord taking some shots from afar. PC12 still in the fight. Teal Penguin and Lemon Sniper are both knocked, trying to crawl into health. PC12, PC13's knocked. Oh, and just like that, early elimination. They took it deep last round, but at 18th position that time. Sometimes you just run into a tough team. So Hydra out on this second drop, but they put up some good points that first round, so I think they're going to do good this week. Here's our heroes. And so it looks like they're transitioning across some maps. Still a full squad at this point as they all jump into this vehicle. Gonna top it off with fuel here. PC4 Flex, he's a little bit away from the team, but he's working his way back. You can see where they're at on the map at this point. Swap back over the Horde here. You can see the Horde's still at this pavilion where they all got kind of ambushed by those two vehicles. But they did a good job fighting back. Cooper managed to get that clutch last elimination and get the rest of his teammates back in it. So they're doing a good job. They're going to use the splash jugs here to top off. And that should put them in good shape for the next fight. Switching back over the Heroes here. Heroes moving across the map here, moving across this bridge. Picking up that chug jug. Hitting these pigs. All right, let's swap back over the Horde. Check them out. Looks like they're going to be jumping into this car. Looks like they put the bigger all-terrain wheels on it. Spy in the area to see if there's anybody around. One big thing we talked about this week on top of communication was also not just communication, but make sure you initiate the engagement of the opposing team. Alright, so if you're just tuning in, we've got our Horde and the Heroes still in this second fight. Our Hydra were eliminated early in this match, but they had a good first round. So I think each one of these teams is going to put up some solid points this week on the season standings. I think all three of our teams are in the top 10 within the Silver Division right now. So all of them are sitting really good. The trick is just to put a decent amount of points up each and every week so you're there at the end of the season. There you see PC5, overclock sub. He's got a good, lining up a good shot on an opposing player. Looks like we got some action over here at the Horde. They're going to use the slurp truck. So once they get all around the slurp truck here, they knock it down. They get some good mats and they get some good shields out of it. So trying to see, it looks like there might be 38 or 39 players left in the match at this point. So still a decent number of eliminations for our teams to get. Looks like our Heroes might be in some action. Let's swap over to them. Here are our Heroes. You can see PC4 is under heavy fire. He's got the rest of his teammates with it. PC6 is going to get a nice elimination. So good elimination there by that team, the Heroes. They've had a couple nice full squad eliminations, so I'm pretty sure they're at 7 or 8 elims on the match. A little hard to tell with the screen. Here you see another vehicle come flying through. They're going to target it, and they should be able to blow that up. If they blow it up with the remaining members in, that does a lot of damage. There you see them pushing on this last player. It's a 3v2 at this point, or 4v2, I think. So they are able to get that elimination, but not before PC7. Chase Shoddy gets knocked, but they should be able to tarp him up and get him back in the fight. So, but they need to be careful. They got heavy fires coming in. They're getting spammed from one of those high locations. I think they need to break contact here and reconsolidate. Let's swap back over the Horde. Actually, it looks like our Horde and our Heroes are fighting right now. You can see the Horde have the high ground. The Heroes are on the low ground, taking the fires from the Horde position. So we'll keep swapping back and forth. Trading fires, doing some damage on each other. Wow, PC10, a couple nice cracks there from long distance on the Heroes as they fight each other. See, a couple of the Heroes are knocked at this point. PC5, PC6, PC7, and PC4 still in the fight. So Flex and Chase Shoddy are still in the fight. See if they can hunker down, but it doesn't look like the Horde's going to let them rest. We'll see if the Horde pushes in on them here while the Heroes try to heal. It looks like the Horde is moving. They're down the hill, try to get position. They did surrender that high ground, though. It looks like they had the high ground advantage as they push down towards the Heroes here, as the Heroes get some heals in them. Pretty interesting to see our two teams going at it against each other. Looks like the Heroes are healed up and are going to push in. Couple good cracks there by PC5. Trading fires both ways here. Hanover versus Hanover battle. Here comes the Heroes pushing in. PC6 gets eliminated. PC7 gets a knock. PC5 is going to be able to clean up elimination of one of the Horde members. Swap back over the Horde perspective here. You can see we still have one Horde member standing. Just PC2. Just Boy of the Deep, I think. Last man remaining on the Horde. He's going to get it spammed, though. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to work his way out. And the Horde are eliminated. 9th place finish, though. That's going to put some points on them. I know they got a couple early round eliminations at that park, but they just ran into this tough Heroes team. So good play there by both our Horde and Heroes. You saw some really good exchanges between the two teams. Good tactical movement. Good coordinated movement between them. So just the Heroes left in the fight this time. Unfortunately, I hate when our Hanover teams run into each other early in these matches, but sometimes it's inevitable. But like I said, they put up some good points. They played a good round this round, so a really good job, Horde. So let's watch the Heroes here. They are a full squad still, but looks like they are in the storm as they get in this fight. PC6 gets knocked. Good elimination there. By PC5. It's like they're a little bit separated again. Again, looks like Flex is out front of his team while his team's working on healing each other in this storm. So Flex is getting into a battle without his team right now. He's in a bad situation because he's all by himself out front. He's not going to last real long. That's a big lesson to learn. This is not a lone wolf game. If you play like a lone wolf, you're going to be eliminated early. You can see his team still back there struggling to get out of the storm. And he kind of pushed forward up in front of his team and got eliminated pretty quickly. So the rest of his team's working on getting out of the storm. I'm not sure if they're all going to make it out. I know PC6 is pretty far back there. Looks like he's going to have to stay back there. PC, and that's going to do it. So our Heroes make it to 6th place. They got some good eliminations there. So good job. GG's to all our teams. Nothing to be upset about. We didn't get any Royales this round, but a lot of decent top 10 finishes and some improvement week in and week out. Definitely what we want to see. So GG's to all our friends across the country. GG's to our Heroes, our Horde, our Hydra, our Silver and Gold teams. Really good showing by all our teams. Really good job. Really proud of all of them. And we'll see you next week. If you want to come back, we've got a Valorant match coming up here in about 10 or 15 minutes. So stick with us. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. Thanks a lot.